Hey everybody, I want to take a second to talk to you about the Mana Traders series. Mana Traders is now sponsoring the channel, RW Hobbies, or RW Makes Magic, helping me get all the decks I need to make the videos that everybody wants to watch, so really appreciate that. But another big thing that's awesome about this is I get to play in the Mana Traders series, which is an awesome series. Best prizes online at the moment. 15,000 monthly payout, that's to all their players, free entry. It's open to all, even non-Mana Traders users, but the Mana Traders users, like people subscribe, get 10x prize multiplier, so you get a lot more prizes if you're subscribed. And honestly, it's really hard to play Magic Online nowadays without Mana Traders. I was one of the lucky few who could keep doing it because I had a large collection from before they started, but there's not very many people like me left that just have an old collection on Magic Online, and honestly, even with that old collection, it was still really hard for me to change decks and keep trying out new things. And now that I have, Mana Traders back, I feel like I'm gonna be able to do a lot more videos, do a lot more with the thing. And honestly, I don't think you can get into Magic Online without using it nowadays. I think it's just a must-use. And if you want to get subscribed to Mana Traders, you can help out the channel by using code A22EN when you subscribe. You get 15% off, be eligible to play in all these series. Even get to battle against me on there. So, should be a lot of fun. And remember, I'm going to let you get to the content now, but remember, if you would subscribe, it would really help the channel. So, thanks everybody for that. And with that, we'll talk to you. All right, welcome everybody to another episode of Making Magic Happen, brought to you by RW Hobbies and Games in Livonia, Michigan. I'm Zach, and today we're playing Eternal Weekend. This is the big show. I was prepping for it all week. Not as much prep time as I would have liked, but still a pretty decent amount. And I'm playing Snowko. Eternal Weekend's really sweet. It's online this year. I've never got to play in paper. I would love to have played at some point. Never actually had the chance, but I get to play online. There is currently 501 people in this. Huge event. 10 rounds. Gonna be very large. A lot of people in it. We're playing for a Caracas painting. There's like someone made a picture of Caracas. We're playing for the art of that. This is like a Grand Prix almost. This thing's big. I'm playing Snowko. I don't think it's a surprise if you watch the videos I was putting out. I tried a bunch of other lists all week. I wasn't seeing any success with them. Legacy really is the type of format that rewards players for knowing their deck, playing their deck, knowing all the matchups inside and out, and I just didn't know the other decks as well. Like, I didn't know Elves, I didn't know Hogak, I tried Goblins, I tried Doomsday. I didn't even put out the videos because they were pretty bad. But this is the deck I settled on. It's the deck I'm having a lot of success with. Delver might be a better choice. I wouldn't argue that, but I didn't want to play Delver. I don't like Delver. I hate the card Daze. Absolutely hate it. It always feels like a Mize card to me. Just it's really good, but it just feels like a Miser card to me. So I'm playing the thing I enjoy, which is casting good cards, Force of Wills, and cantrips. Got a lot of colors here. I still got my Tech of Field of the Dead. Got rid of the rest of the lands package. Didn't think they were very good. Brought back my Ley Lines, because I do feel like Ley Line's pretty good right now. It's good against a lot of decks. I feel like it's pretty necessary for this deck to beat Hogak, and I do think Hogak is good. Despite my showing with it not being particularly stellar, I think the deck is good, and it's tough for this deck to beat. So, happy to have that. The main deck is pretty stock. It's what you saw in the last video. I still don't have red. I cut the red. I don't think you need it. I think Field of the Dead is better than Pyroblast in a lot of those matchups. Still playing a Caracas. I do think Caracas is good. The real change here is the sideboard. I am playing 2 Meddling Mage to help against combo, 4 Leyline to help against Hogak. I've got a Celestial Purge, mostly for Klothys, but it also hits Merit Lage, which could come up. It can take care of Dreadhorde Arcanist, which is great when that happens. Any Goblin stuff, sure, bring it in there. You bring it against Hogak too. It can exile a Hogak. I don't know. It should be good. We've got a Leovold and a Teferi. I'm here to play 3-mana permanents and Mize. No, well, not quite Daze Mize, but you know what I mean. I'm going to lock out my opponents. These two are really annoying lock pieces. They're 2 of the best 3-mana lock pieces ever printed. And I get to play both of them, so that's cool. Was split between playing 2 of either and just decided to go 1-1 because they are legendary. That's fine. The Meddling Mages, mostly just to name the cards Doomsday, but I feel like they're going to come up more than that. So you can bring them against Storm. You can even name Veil of Summer because that's a really heinous card. Kind of cool to turn that off. Nice that your hate card can pitch to Force of Will, because in those matchups, I'm going to have 7 forces in my deck, and if I didn't have time to deploy a mage, I can hold it in my hand and still pitch it to force, which is good. Considered Deafening Silence over this, wound up on Meddling Mage. Cut the Plague Engineers. I was pretty successful against Elves with this deck. In fact, very successful. I'm down to just 1 extra Fatal Push. That's all I got. That's the only extra thing, but I think it's going to be enough. We'll find out. Maybe I'm overestimating my deck's matchup against creatures, but we got Sweepers in Dead of Winter. We've got Ice Fang to trade with stuff. We've got Decay. We've got Plow. We've got Oko to kind of answer everything. And we got Uro to make a lot of what opponents doing pretty irrelevant. So this is where we're at. There's not really a good way to attack us. There's no good card that is just lights out for my deck. People have brought in Surgicals against me. They have brought in Ley Lines. A lot of ways to attack the deck. But honestly, the best way to attack this deck is take advantage of the fact that it's clunky, which is weird to say because there's only 8 cards in the deck that cost more than 2 if you're considering the force effects as 0-mana spells, because they really are. You don't really hardcast them. And if you do hardcast them in this deck, you're winning by a mile. So it's weird that the curve is considered high for a deck that has 8 cards that cost more than 2 in it, but it is still high. That is Legacy. That's just the reality of this format. That's fine. That's cool. But yeah, really excited to play this deck. Really excited to battle. I'm going to cut here, and we're going to get into it as soon as round 1 starts. So I'll see you guys back for that. Alright, this hand looks keepable. Can't cast my Abrupt Decay, but I do have a Force of Will on the draw. But I got a Sylvan to kind of recoup the lands. Ooh. Pretty likely to pitch this Uro to a force if I need it, although if the opponent goes Flooded Strand, go. It's somewhat likely we're playing a Snowmirror. I don't need to cast my Ponder yet. I'm not really looking for anything. I drew a land, so I've got enough lands here. I think I'm just going to chill for a second. Probably will cast this. I want to play around Stifle. Yeah, in Legacy there's a 1-mana blue spell that counters fetches, so opponent could Stifle me. Flooded Strand doesn't really signify that. Normal island and not a snow-covered island. Interesting. I don't know what that means. This is probably not Delver, but I also don't know what normal island and not snow-covered island means. And Tundra, so maybe like a Miracles deck that just didn't want... So Stoneblade. Very interesting. Okay. They got Tundra and not... wonder what they get here. They got Tundra and not Plains, so I'm not super scared of Back to Basics. Okay, Batter Skull makes sense. So I could Abrupt Decay Stoneforge to stop the Batter Skull from coming in, or I can get my Sylvan in play and just kind of let that happen. Either way, I'm not particularly scared, I don't believe. I think I'd rather just resolve a Sylvan. Just get my card advantage engine online here. This is the type of thing that they would Force of Will, probably. I will force back. Probably pitch the Ponder, although at this point, if the Sylvan resolved, I could... Ooh, Narset Parter Veils. I could pitch the Uro, and I think that would be reasonable. I think I might just pitch the Ponder, though. Pretty easy next turn to go like Brainstorm, fix some of the stuff I draw, shuffle, Decay on something, like get a Snow-Covered Swamp, Decay on probably the Germ token. Sylvan's great when opponent's not pressuring your life total very well, and opponent's not really pressuring my life total here. They will have a Batter Skull, that's a thing, but not something I'm particularly scared of here. I could also play Uro. Let's see what this... drawing a second decay maybe changed my mind. Let's see what this Sylvan delivers here. Ooh. Well, I do think I want to keep all 4. But I think I'm also going to start the turn with a Brainstorm. Okay. I'm going to put back an Uro and probably Abrupt Decay. And then I'm going to fetch. I'm going to let them put in the Batter Skull and then Decay. Question is, should I do it now? I don't think so. Or I do think I'm supposed to do this now. I think I'm supposed to decay and not let them untap. It's awkward because now they could resolve a Planeswalker, but they're pretty far down on cards. This is something that they can fix, right? Like, they could easily pick this back up, put it back in with Stoneforge Mystic, but that's a lot of mana investment. And honestly, with like a Sylvan, an Uro, and an Oko, all I need is time. So if they want to spend mana and time doing that, I'm fine with that. The thing I'm more scared of here is them resolving like a Narset or some sort of good Planeswalker. We already saw them pitch a Narset to Force of Will, so that would be scarier. Although they did pitch the Narset, so it's not necessarily true that they would have another. The bottom 2 cards. Alright. Ponder, sure. So it looks like opponent's going to spend their turn cantripping. They're not re-equipping Batterskull. They're not getting... they're not going to be able to return it to hand. None of that this turn. If they get up to their 5th land, they could re-equip at that point. But Oko can turn this into an Elk at some point, and then I can just ignore it. So, okay. Caracas is a card. Oh, I thought I shuffled that away. Guess not. Alright, not going to pay any more life just yet. I do want to play my Uro, though. There's a chance I'm supposed to play Oko there, but I like the idea of just getting some... or just ramping more, getting more of my stuff going. I have a plow here if I need it. And if opponent plays their 5th land and equips, okay, fine by me. I can take the hit and decay next turn. I can plow in response. It's a pretty bad play to equip, I think. Oh, they have another equipment. Interesting. So really wasn't expecting this, although that's fine. It does strike me that they will probably equip here. Like, do this for their turn, and then I get to blow out with swords. They might have, a force or a counterspell. That could happen. I could get blown out and take 5 here, but I'd go to 7. Sure, they get to draw a card, but it's not the end of the world. Well, they can't even have counterspell because they're tapping... Ooh, interesting. Teferi, huh? Alright. I'm going to plow in response so they don't have anything to equip to. Teferi's in play, but if they minus, I can Oko kill it. I can also just decay. A lot of options here. Not super scared of Teferi. Pretty unlikely I bring Uro back in the near future. Ooh, return my Sylvan. Okay, that makes sense. That does make sense. So I have not given opponent a chance to use I have not given them a chance to use plows, so it's pretty likely they have a plow in their hand just chilling. And I don't want to really use Astrolabe here if I can help it. I'd rather just make a food token, start getting further ahead on board. I would like to hit a land here. I think I'm going to Codal. I think they're considering forcing this. That would be wild. I don't think you can use a force here. I think that would be pretty wrong. It would also be mind blown if they had force and they forced this and not my Oko. Oko is so much better than Codal. Okay, this makes sense. All right, can we draw land? Land would be great. Not a land. That's fine, though. True Name Nemesis. That one's kind of scary. All right, let's see what happens here. Oh, Dead of Winter was a very good draw. So this is the type of card they would probably counter, but I'm going to cast it. If they have a force, I very much expect this to get forced, but, oh no, interesting. Okay. All right, let's see what happens when I make my food token into a 3/3 and attack Teferi. I would like to kill Teferi with damage here. I might have to decay it. That would be fine. I imagine they have a plow and my food is going to gain me 3 life, which is what foods are supposed to do anyway. Okay. Still, not a huge rush here. Opponent's down to 2 cards in hand. I got a Sylvan going. I got an Oko going. Teferi's in its plus mode, which Teferi's still powerful, but it's not shutting down any of the cards in my hand. Like if I had 2 Force Wills in hand or something, I would probably decay it. I would probably make that a priority, but that's just not what's happening at the moment, and I don't really need to worry about it. Another True Name. Okay. Now things are getting a little real. That said, a fetch land does get Mystic Sanctuary here, and I can deal with True Name. Okay. I'm going to put this on top. And I actually want the land. No, I'm going to put it on top. I don't think I actually care that much. Let us Dead of Winter a second time. And then I'm going to play my Astrolabe. Cast a Dead of Winter. Which make this Astrolabe into a 3/3. We'll see if we kill Teferi now. Been a long time since I saw True Name Nemesis in Legacy. Do we have another Plow? Alright. Opponent is dead set on not letting me have some of my things. It's alright, though. I guess I maybe should have just decayed Teferi there. Oko's going to get this Teferi, though. I can feel it. Oko's going to keep sending stuff until we get him. So they got one card in hand. Ooh, those are good. Alright. Let's see if we can't kill Teferi here. This is the point in the game where I will decay Teferi if this doesn't work out, but I think with opponent having one card, this is pretty likely to work. Alright. Perfect. I will ponder now. I would like to hit a land here. No lands to be had, huh? Still all fine, though. Stoneblade. Been a long time since I saw this deck. Long time. So they could be playing like a Shark Typhoon here. That would be pretty good. I imagine they're just returning Batterskull to hand. Yeah, okay. That's fine. And I will probably just try to hardcast Force Negation when they cast it this turn. Looks like they're not casting it. Maybe they're just trying to get some more cards in hand. Gonna brainstorm. This Sylvan plus me gaining life has been absolutely devastating for the opponent. Another Tef, huh? Alright. I'm going to cast a Force Negation. Their other card in hand is Batterskull, and they don't have blue mana up, so I don't think they can fight this. I think what's happening is they're conceding because they see the writing on the wall. Yep. Alright. Now, I like my Tef, my Veil, my Carpet. I don't like my Forces all that much, especially given that we saw Teferi. I'm going to bring in my Field. I think there's a chance I'm supposed to bring in Fatal Push, although we saw True Name. I think Dead of Winter is fine. I could leave in like 2 Force of Wills. That might be okay. I just don't really think I need to, but it's probably okay. I could definitely get behind cutting some swords. I don't think swords is great in this matchup. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to cut 2 swords. I think the spot removal is pretty bad. I'd rather just use Dead of Winter and Decay because they can actually hit Teferi. They can sweep up True Name. This really just hits like Stoneforge or Batterskull token, which is just not very good. I think there's actually a chance I should just have all 4 Force of Wills in the more I think about this. Alright, I'm going to do that. All 4 Force of Wills. The good news about this is I don't have to prioritize white mana at all. I do have 1 Teferi pip, but it's only 1 white pip in my deck, and I do have Astrolabe, so I can just really not prioritize white. Had the white anyway. Didn't need it. Alright. This hand's a little loose. It's not a very good hand. It's okay. I don't think I'm supposed to mulligan. I think I'm like heavy counting on this Brainstorm. I really don't want to lead on Mystic Sanctuary. We might do that, though. Alright, I'm just going to ponder. I don't want to use the Mystic Sanctuary here. I'd much rather put it back in my deck with a Brainstorm. these are great. Perfect. Got all my colors. Yeah, let's do this. Nah, alright, perfect. And now I can get off a great brainstorm next turn, get this Mystic Sanctuary out of here, probably put the Karakas away, fetch the colors I need. I do have 2 Field of the Deads in my deck at the moment, and I'm drawing one, so of note, I should be looking to get different lands, which is something I'm going to prioritize here. I don't want these to get another snow-covered island. I would rather get a snow-covered forest, a snow-covered swamp. This one's probably getting Trop. We'll see what the brainstorm yields, but probably getting Trop. I also don't think there's really a huge reason to brainstorm main. Oh, no, I have a Misty. I thought this was a polluted delta. Okay. This is going to get snow-covered forest almost certainly then. Like, the only thing I would really want to cast this turn is an Astrolabe, and I don't even really want to tap out. I think I'd rather just pass. See if opponent jams. I don't think they're going to jam into open mana, but also my deck doesn't typically play counterspells, so maybe they're okay to do it. Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's more likely they do another cantrip turn, which I'm fine with, because I will start jamming next turn. That's going to happen. I am planning to brainstorm end of turn. People make fun of end of turn brainstorm a lot in Legacy. They say it's a bad play. I think it's totally reasonable in a spot like this where you want to get information from your opponent's turn first and you have a fetch. Both of those things have to be true, but if they are, I think this is very reasonable. If I didn't have this fetch, there's no way. I would just do it main phase. Alright, I'm going to put this one back. Interesting spot. Probably a second brainstorm. I don't think I need another one. Would like to get a snow-covered forest here. So now the question is, what do I want to jam? Do I just want to play the Uro? All seem pretty reasonable to me. I definitely am casting one of these things this turn. I don't think waiting is great, although if I wait, opponent might wait, and waiting is good when I have Field of the Dead specifically. So that is an argument for waiting, I think. Yeah, if opponent's not doing anything, I mean, it heavily advantages me to wait because I have a Field of the Dead in hand. It looks like they're setting up for something. I mean, their hand's going to be good. They've cast 2 Ponders and a Brainstorm, although they didn't shuffle the Brainstorm away, which is interesting. They must have really liked all of the cards. It would actually be kind of wild to see them shuffle here. Yeah, it chooses to not shuffle. So they have to like their hand. There's got to be something good going on here. Question is, do I want to brainstorm? I really don't. I'd rather save this. I think I'm fine to just draw here. Okay, Decay was a good draw. Decay was, in fact, a good draw. And I am going to cast the Uro now. I think it's pretty unlikely opponent does anything about this. Force of Will Uro? What? Alright. Little shocked about that, honestly. It feels like they have to have some sort of follow-up or something, because that's a weird play. Oh, because they have a surgical? Sure. This is not the end of the world for me by any means. I still have a Field of the Dead chilling here. Opponent used 3 cards to answer my Uro. That's so many cards. They have 3 cards left in hand. I have 6. You have the same number of lands in play. And it's not like my hand's bad. My hand is, in fact, very good. I guess they're trying to... I mean, they're using surgical to look through my list right now. They get to see everything I have going on, which is fine. Not that crazy of a situation going on, but... Field of the Dead's a messed up card. Tell you what. People love surgical extracting arrows too. This has happened to me a lot so far in Legacy, and I don't really think it matters if we're being honest. Uro just seems to kind of elicit a very hateful reaction from people. I don't really know what opponent's doing here. Spending a lot of time. They're actually really low on clock. I think they're going to end up timing out even if they win this game, which is kind of wild, but I mean, we both get 25 minutes. I've used 7.5 of mine. They've used 17 of theirs. They didn't even take the arrow out of my graveyard. I guess they were trying to figure out how to resolve it. I will actually not use this arrow. For all intents and purposes, it should be exiled. In fact, they didn't take any of the arrows. That is, they literally just looked at my deck with this surgical. It's interesting. I am getting the feeling opponent is new to Magic Online. That's the vibe I'm getting. I'm not going to punish somebody playing in their first event in the Eternal Weekend by like cheating and using an Uro that shouldn't be in my deck. So if I draw one, there's not much I can do about it. I mean, I drew one. Like that's what happened. But I won't use this one in my graveyard. Man, Snapcast Mage is a sweet card. Honestly, a bit jealous they get to play with it. It's a really cool card. So this Strand is going to get Polluted Delta, and my plan next turn is to brainstorm, play a Leovold with Karakas up. That is a nightmare to deal with, let me tell you. Every time they target Leovold, I draw a card, and then I can return it to my hand. Like, it's just going to bury them. We drew the Dead Winter, so we're insulated against True Name too. That is excellent. I don't think I really care about many of these. I definitely am not super interested in Force of Will, so I'm going to put that one back. I am kind of interested in playing a Sylvan. I think I'm going to do that. We are waiting on the Leovold. The Brainstorm changed things. Ooh, they're snapping again. Oh, this Dead of Winter is going to be very good. This Dead of Winter is going to be very, very strong. Opponent has resolved so many Brainstorms. If my life total was like in duress or something, I feel like I could maybe be in trouble, but where we're at, there's just no way. Sort of Feast and Famine. Ugh, I don't like that. I really don't. That's actually really good here. They know I have Decay, though. They saw it in my hand, but they're just going for it anyway. Alright, I respect it. They think I put it back with the Brainstorm, and I did. Called out. I feel called out. I think I can just pitch the Oko here. Don't think I need that one. Council's Judgment, huh? Alright. I don't remember if Decay or Dead of Winter was on top. So we're going to find out. Both would be good draws, though. I think it was a Force of Will. Alright, Force of Will is still fine, though. So I'm going to lose my Decay here. That's alright. Opponent's going to have no creatures in play. They've cast so many Brainstorms! So many! Ashiok Dreamrender. Alright. I'll pitch Leovold. So I never got to live the Leovold dream, but that's alright. We can do this because we have a Field of the Dead. Feast and Famine does kind of beat it. But they have no cards. Next turn I get to make 2 Zombos. It would obviously be an insane turn to bring back Uro, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to draw Oko instead, because that's even better. Why not? God, Oko's busted. What a card. What a card this is. This used to be my favorite deck in Legacy, for the record. I loved Stoneblade. It was the deck I played for like 2 years. Played it in a ton of events. Did a lot of good work for me. But yeah, Oko and Uro, just truly something else. Let's make a food. If opponent has an instant speed threat here, things could get a little hairy for me. I think it's pretty unlikely that they do. I feel like they drew like a land or something. In Legacy, you'll see that happen a lot when both players will go empty-handed because Force of Will does that, and then the opponent will like draw and do nothing. It's because of the card Brainstorm mostly. So how do I lose? I think the way I lose is by letting opponent use Feast and Famine against me. I think it's the only way I can really lose this game at this point. I'm not interested in that. I'm going to turn this into a 3/3. And yes, obviously that would have been a very good turn to bring back Uro. We're off it. I ain't about that life. Punishing someone trying to learn the system. I don't like that. All right, so I do actually want to draw Ponder here. Seems like a pretty good draw. So I'm going to go ahead and get the Underground. Get a Zombo. And get a Mystic Sanctuary. Draw Ponder. I think Forceful would also be a fine draw. But rather just look for action here. We got more Force Wills we can find with the Ponder. Looks like maybe they have a Force of Will. They're plowing their own Feast and Famine. Interesting. It looks like opponent's doing something. No? Any order, let's shuffle this. Alright, Decay's a fine draw. Alright, they plowed my food. Right, opponent's got basically nothing here. And here you see, I mean, Fill the Dead. Obviously, Oko could have overtaken this game, but I have 8 power in play, and it's from a land drop. And this is why this card's so good. It costs you nothing, and it's so strong. Surgical My Dead Winner, sure. Opponent is dead on board. I think they're going to use their time. But this match is done. Did they figure out the exile thing yet? They exiled the other Dead of Winter, but not the one from the graveyard. Alright. They don't have anything in their yard, right? What is this? Oh, they're just tapping all their mana? I guess they're just going out on their terms. Fair enough. You got it. God, Council's Judgment is a sweet card. I miss playing this one. There was a time when this card was good. It used to be the answer to True Name. It used to matter. No more. But there was a time. Alright, opponent's just timing themselves out. Fair enough. They're dead on board, so it doesn't really matter. Despite them timing out, this was a conclusive victory. All right. Playing against Burns Mana. It's a sweet name. Gonna keep this. Hand seems good. We got Labes. We got Uros. We got stuff happening. Don't stifle me, bruh. Don't do it. Nice. Get this Astrolabi in play. Alright, was looking for a land. I'll take an Oko, though. Oh no. Preordain. So the only decks that play Preordain in this format are Degenerate Combo decks and Delver. Probably playing against one of those. Seems rather likely. All that said, I think I'm supposed to Sylvan here. Either way, I think this is good. Little scared of what opponent's doing next turn, but here we are. Sylvan's going to help me find forces, which I'm going to need if this is, in fact, a very unfair deck. Volk makes me think Delver, though, but it's weird they haven't done anything that matters yet. Delver doesn't usually keep 7 and play slow like this, so I'm thinking it's more likely to be like Sneak and Show. That's my thought. They're casting something. If this is an Arcanist, we'll know. Ooh, Underground Sea. So maybe Storm? Could be Doomsday, I guess. This definitely feels like an unfair deck. The amount of just hard cantripping, like how quickly Sylvan resolved. I think I am in desperate need of Force of Will effects here. I think that's where we're at. Two cards on top. Alright, yep, unfair. Unfair stuff. Go easy. Chill. Ponder. This feels like Storm. It's not Sneak and Show. I think this is actual Storm. Although if I'm this player, I'm probably waiting. Maybe they just have enough. Storm really needs to find an LED before it can kill you generally. And they played a Petal, but not an LED. So I would guess that they don't have it. Lotus Petal is definitely unfair. Lotus Petal is only an unfair deck, and it's always very good there. There are very few fair decks that play it. I guess... Alright, yeah. No, something's happening here. I'm... Alright. Oh, I guess we're just trying to get Threshold. Oh, they found the LED. Bad news for me. Yeah, that's lethal. Alright, dead. Well, we played a fun and interesting game there. We both did stuff, and I lost horribly, so there we are. I definitely don't want a single swords. I don't want decays. Where does that put me? Teferi's like okay, not particularly interesting. The question is, do I want ley lines? Oh, Dead of Winter. Dead of Winter, I guess, kills like some stuff. Sorry, Dead of Winter hits Empty the Warrens, which not a lot of these decks play, but like if they turn 1 or turn 2 and empty, I'm gonna die probably. Somewhat interested in bringing in ley lines, though. Although, like you saw, that they didn't use ley line in that game and they killed me, so it's not necessary. It's just an aspect of their deck they have. I think I should not bring in ley lines. I do think I should bring in Carpet. Just getting extra mana is going to be good, and that's, I think, where we'll go. I could see Teferi. I don't think Teferi's particularly good, but I could see it. Oh, man. If I could cast any of my spells, this hand would be excellent. There's a chance I'm supposed to keep and hope I draw a land because, like, 2 excellent cards here. I think I'm going to mull, though. Alright. I don't think I can ask for much better than this. I'm going to put back the Dead of Winter. I don't think this hand is good either, but I don't think I can ask for better. I have 3 force effects. I'm really just looking for pressure at this point. I got a Labe, so my mana's good. Okay. Meddling Mage was really good. I mean, that was the card I wanted. The question here is going to be what we do from here. Thoughtseize. I kind of want my Mage. The tough thing is I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to name with Mage necessarily. I think I'm going to force. All right, now I'm like actually kind of pissed. But second Mage is not bad. It's another blue card. I think I'm gonna name Lion's Eye. Lion's Eye, I think, is the most important card in this deck for what they do. Duress. Alright, my force is gone, but I got a second Mage. This is where we're at. We're beating down with 2/2s and hoping it's good enough. The real interesting thing is what I'm supposed to name here. I think I just want to attack fast mana. I could also name one of the tutors. I think I'm going to name Dark Ritual. It's really hard for them to get up to enough mana to like do degenerate stuff with both Lion's Eye and Dark Ritual turned off. Not that they can't do stuff, but it's really hard for this deck to function without either of those 2 cards. And I do have a decent clock now. 4 turns. I got 2/2s. We made 2/2s! I would not be shocked if I die here, for the record. I actually think it's pretty likely. But it's alright. It's alright. We're good. I guess knowing I had 2, there is a chance I was supposed to name, like, Tendrils. He can just find a way to kill me. I don't know this list. It might be that Tendrils is the only win con, but I think that's pretty unlikely. But, like, naming Tendrils and Ad Nausea makes it really hard for this deck to win, too. I don't know. They could just have Burning Wish and just go get another win con. This way, at least they don't have any explosive mana, so it's really hard for them to chain a bunch of spells at once. So, like, all of the win cons don't really work. Like, they might be able to empty for, like, 4 or something. Looks like they're playing something, though. Something's happening here. Alright. Maybe they like board into Doomsday and I'm just screwed. Red. So. Alright, did I just die? Ridiculous. Alright. I guess I named the wrong cards. I was really thinking this one should have named Infernal Tutor. I think I screwed that up. I mean, obviously I screwed that up. That's a really stupid loss, though. All right. All right, made it back for round 3 here. I'm pretty unhappy with how I played that last game. I think I was supposed to name the Tutor instead of the Dark Ritual. I still think LED was the first name. Was a good name the first time, but it's what it is. I won the die roll. Would I like to play first? I would. All right, let's keep this. This hand looks good. All right. Basic Plains Aether Vial. So probably Death and Taxes. Seems pretty likely. Oh man, Phil the Dead's a great draw against D&T. I guess they can like Wasteland it and stuff, so it's not like broken or anything, but Sylvan Library is definitely a good draw against D&T. That's a good card for us. I would actually love a Decay for the Vial at the moment. Yeah, I don't want to stop. Thalia. All right. So I could kill Thalia here. I don't know how good that is. It's like, okay. I'm going to put this one on top and pay 4 life to keep that one. And I think I am just going to Uro. Given that Field comes into play tapped, I don't mind just getting this into play here. Just getting more mana to play through this Thalia. Opponent isn't going to get a chance to Violent Mother of Runes here, and that would be really bad for me, but it is what it is. Alright, so about as good of a first 2 turns as this deck can ask for. And my counterspells are just dead, but I still like the matchup. So they're playing a Stoneforge Mystic and also leaving a Vial on 2. That's weird. Suggests they have another Stoneforge or Phyrexian Revoker. Hammer of Nazan? What? What the heck? Excuse me? Hello? My opponent just get Hammer of Nazan? What is going on? Ooh, Krakus is very nice. Krakus I like. Alright, I'm going to put... I'm going to put this one on top. Pay 4 life to keep that. So we're going to get rid of this mom. It's happening. I'm going to get Oko in play here. I imagine they will vial back in Thalia. I'm going to respond and swords them. Ooh, no, interesting. Okay. All right, so the mom's out of here. I'm not going to say this went great for me, but the mom's out. We've made some progress. And if they put Thalia back in, they can't necessarily cast Hammer of Nizan next turn. Obviously, they can Stoneforge it in. Okay. I wonder if they tick this up. They definitely leave it at 2, right? Yeah. Jeez. This game feels like I shouldn't have a chance, and Oko is out here just making it close. It's kind of ridiculous, honestly. So opponent's hand has a Hammer of Nizan and a Batterskull and a Thalia. Imagine, yep, we're going to name Oko. Fair. Oh, Dead of Winter is excellent. I will take a Dead of Winter. Yeah, so I want to start the turn with a Brainstorm. I want to get rid of this Force Negation. I kind of want the other land. I'm just going to put back both forces. I think it's like very unlikely I get to use them. We'll just get rid of them. I definitely do want another land. I need it because I need a snow permanent. I do want to shuffle them away, but I guess I could get like a snow-covered swamp. I think that's somewhat reasonable. Then I don't have to draw these bad cards. Okay, yeah, I guess I can get behind that. I don't love it necessarily, but I think it's reasonable. And let's play a Dead of Winter. Importantly, I still have 2 plows. Also, this Caracas saved me. I don't think I could have won this game without Caracas. So that's quite nice. Are they putting in... No, the hammer goes first. Okay. On to the Revoker. That doesn't save it. Alright. I guess you were supposed to put... Like, you were going to put the Batterskull in play to have it, but... this doesn't go all that great. They're just going to be left with the Vial on 2 equipment. Oh, they get to attach it. And it saves that? I mean... No. And then... I think I'm just going to make a food token. Obviously, this hammer and this Batterskull could get a little sketchy, but I know opponent's hand is Thalia blank. There's not that much going on. I can bring back Uro next turn. I would actually really like to draw a land that's not Snow-Covered Island so that I can start triggering Field of the Dead. They have another Stoneforge. Wild. So their hand is Thalia something. Sort of Fire and Ice. Okay. I'm just going to get rid of this now. His Thalia, Sort of Fire and Ice, blank. Oh, another Dead of Winter is excellent. Alright, so we didn't quite get there on the land to start triggering field, but also it's just really not the end of the world that we didn't. It's time for Uro. So get rid of Brainstorm. Seems fine. So the next card's Dead of Winter. I do still kind of want to hit a land, although I didn't. I should have played the land off of the Uro trigger. Whatever. Make this one a food. Not going to attack. I'm at a low enough life total where I think I should be safe instead. Putting Thalia in, I will send that right back to your hand. Alright. Go home, Thalia, you're drunk. Plowing my Uro? Okay. It's fine, I got a Sylvan in play. Uro drew a card and gained me 9 life, I'll take that. So essentially drew 4 cards with my Uro. Mom. Fair. Mother Elk's happening there. Right. Let's start with a Brainstorm, actually. Seems like the best place to start here. I want a land. There we go. What do I want to get rid of? I think I can get rid of the Brainstorm, maybe? Codal's, like, decent here. I'm going to get rid of the Brainstorm. I'm going to plow the mother. Alright, I think opponents had enough. I would also have had enough. Alright, I don't like Force of Wills against D&T. I think they're, like, fine, but not interesting. Field of the Dead actually does seem decent. I like Teferi and Leovold. I don't think I have enough cards for this matchup. We'll have 2 forces. That's the right number of forces against D&T. Perfect. I could actually bring a Meddling Mage. It'd be fine, but there's actually a chance I should have done it. I don't actually mind Force of Will, though. Sometimes D&T has some crazy stuff. Like, once in a while, they have, like, a Cataclysm or something just truly wild, and then Then you're sad. Don't like that. Do like that. That makes my hand so much better. Alright, so going to be interesting what we do next turn. I would like to decay the vial. If opponent doesn't play a Thalia, I think my turn will consist of decay vial. Sometimes they just play Thalia, and then that's what happens. That's not bad, though. It's, like, really not bad. I'm going to put Caracas in play, see what opponent does. If they violate a Mom here, I will plow the Mom. Otherwise, I'll probably just Caracas Thalia at some point. I could just plow Thalia, too. That would be reasonable, I think. They got Les Stoneforge. Alright. This person loves their Hammers of Nazan, huh? And I really don't like Aether Vial. Let's send Thalia home. Let's make a black mana. Decay Vial. And now opponent can do whatever they want. Not really scared of anything here. Although something like a Cataclysm would be really bad for me, not gonna lie. But still fine with just about anything opponent does here. There's not very many cards I'm scared of. Stoneforge Mystic's fine. Not a big deal. I imagine this Caracas is getting wasted. That is the vibe I'm getting here. Sort of Feast and Famine. Oh no. Do I Brainstorm? I'm just going to play Oko. Oh. Oh no. Make a food token. And I'm probably going to steal Stoneforge Mystic next turn, honestly. I feel like opponent would very much like a food token, and I am happy to deliver it. Would you like food? You can has food. This could go pretty bad for me if they have Batterskull, but I know they have Feast and Famine and Hammer of Nazan. And Thalia in hand, so there's only 2 cards I don't know about. Okay. Oh, wow. 2 plows is just truly excellent. Do I want to put back the Ponder here? I don't think that's crazy. This hand just kind of like has everything I want. Although Ponder like is going to help find Uro. Yeah, I'll just put back the land. I do kind of want to draw land though, so I think I'm going to Ice Fang. I definitely want to shuffle away the Mystic Sanctuary, but I think I'm going to Ice Fang and then shuffle and then plow whatever they play this turn. Oh man. Well, this doesn't go very well for me. Not that it goes terribly either, but gotta kill the Stoneforge. At least I gain the life. Mystic Sanctuary seems great. Or not Mystic Sanctuary. Mystic Sanctuary seems bad. Ice Fang and Sylvan seem great. I'm going to do it like this. Yeah. I'm just going to make a food. I'm playing around Mother of Runes here, but if they tick this up, I am... Okay, they had the mom. Interesting. So their hand is Hammer of Nazan, Thalia. I was probably supposed to 3-3 that. I think I'm still supposed to get rid of Flicker Wisp. Delian play. If they equip the mom, I'm fine with that. Now they have to either get rid of this Oko or this Oko. They don't know about this one, so they're probably killing this one. Yeah, because it's just way too strong against them. Oh, this has protection from Oko. I missed that. Is there anything I want back? Decay is like actually kind of good here. I don't mind drawing a Decay. Alright, I'm just going to keep all these. Is Decay or Plow better? It's probably Plow. So what do I want to do this turn? I think my turn is just going to be Ice Fang. Plow Mom. I'm not going to be able to block, so I may as well attack, although it's not really doing all that much. So opponent has a Hammer of Nazan and 2 cards I don't know about. They did take this up to 3, so I'm expecting a Skyclave Apparition or a Flicker Wisp. Either way, though, mostly fine with it. I will happily discard Neuro. Sort of Fire and Ice. Oh no. Too many swords. So I do think I'm supposed to actually gain life here. Question is, what land am I getting? I guess I don't have black mana. I should probably get this one. I'm supposed to get a green. I can't bring back an Uro and play an Oko here. Still can't. Yeah, I screwed that up. I also didn't use the food. That was just unbelievably bad. I might have thrown this game. So I can live. I live, but I barely live. If I just get a green last turn, I'm just in a fine spot, and instead I nearly punt. So if this last card is a Flickerwist, I think I die. It's pretty horrible. I know they have Hammer of Nizan and some other card. They take this out of 3, so presumably they have a 3-drop. I kind of have to hope it's Skyclave. Okay, it was nothing. That's fine. I assume they're just going to pay 5, put a hammer on Thalia. Attack for lethal. I'm going to gain some life, bring back Uro next turn. Hope that's enough. I will snap trade with one of these swords. Question is, do they kill Oko? They are actually killing Oko. Interesting. What says their hatred of Oko blinds me. It was the right play. Oh, Decay. What a godsend. I can't Decay and bring back Uro. This is infuriating. This was just like the worst get ever. Yeah, I think I'm just going to leave up Decay for Feast and Famine here. In fact, I think I should do it now. I'm going to do it upkeep, though. We are no longer pro all the things, so I might have to chump with my Ice Fang at some point here, but this is beatable now. Put him up to 4? That's very scary. I don't like that. Probably means Palace Jailer. The good thing is these are protecting me from Palace Jailer, which I think is important. Also, the top of my library is garbage. I would like to find a fetch land here. Okay, those aren't fetch lands, but they work. Anyway, let's shuffle this garbage away. Oh, it's the Dead of Winter. That's really good here. They have a Caracas, so like Uro's not amazing. I think I'm just gonna Dead of Winter. Oh, I gotta tap this one too. Interesting to see what opponent does here. They have to Caracas this, right? If they have a Palace Jailer, I think I'm in trouble. That card's really tough to beat. I kind of have to hope they don't have that, honestly. I don't really know how I'm beating that, so... Prayers. Don't put Palace Jailer in play. That would be terrible. Oh, they're gaining food. Okay. Are we putting in the Palace Jailer? I need to get a Field of the Dead online. That is what we're looking for this game. I got their Pro Swords out. Okay. No Palace Jailer. That's good for me. I'm still terrified of it, but that's still better for me than them having it. And I can finally bring back Uro after many turns and no green sources ever. Put on top. Put on top. Let's make green. Uro, give me 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nope. 5. We'll go to Oko. Got to clear away the random planes on top of my library. No. Alright, so again, not going to say I'm in a fantastic spot, but eventually we'll find a Field of the Dead. Oh, now they have the Palace Jailer? That's bad news. Ugh. I hate it. I hate it. The good news is I can get back the Monarch. The bad news is this Caracas is going to cause me a lot of issues until I find my Field of the Dead. I have 2 in my deck right now, so I should find them eventually here. Alright, they got a Mother of Runes. I will go to 4. A second Palace Jailer would be an absolute disaster. But if I could find my other Dead of Winter, that'd be very good. So, trade-offs. Fatal Push kind of plays. Ugh, these are all terrible. Alright, so I can't... I need to get Dahlia out of here. Did I tap wrong? I did. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, time to become the monarch. And that draws me another card, which is awesome. I can now ponder. Oh, we found the Field of the Dead. And a plow. Plow is excellent. The question is, what are we plowing here? It's probably the Palace Jailer, even though there's a mom in play. And we got my Field of the Dead. Nice. I think I have exactly 1 land left to fetch, too. I have a snow-covered forest I can get. Opponent's casting something big. What is this? Oh, hardcast Batterskull. Okay. Oh, man. Are we auto-equipping the Batterskull to the mom? We just going in? I kind of love it. They did. 5/5 lifelink vigilance. Pro. And I'm going to block with Uro. I will also block with Ice Fang to keep the... Oh! Scary. I go to 1 here. Yikes. So my first land is going to be this one. Then I want to go to combat. They're letting me attack with Uro? Interesting. Kind of shocked they didn't crack us it. Now they did. Oh, that's fine. No. I think I'm supposed to Dead of Winter. But Mom doesn't really do all that much anymore. I'll Dead of Winter, I guess. Alright, got to win from 36. Might be hard, but 1 more Oko should do the trick. That's fine. Alright, gonna Uro. Oh, jeez. I needed to find a field. For some reason, I thought there was a field. This is terrible. Now I'm just, like, punting left and right. This is not good. I'm playing poorly. Alright, I don't know how I'm going to win. I need to find my other Oko. I need it quick. Ooh, I can force a will to Batter Skull now, which is kind of sick. None of these have anything. They can't fetch. Oh my god. Disaster. I should have been able to force a will. Absolute disaster. Where is my other Oko? I have a Teferi too. Okay. Oh my god. Finally, found Oko. 10 turns too late, but we found it. I don't think I can win. I think I'm actually dead. I have to concede and preserve time. That's so frustrating. Like, I think I have... There's no way I should lose that game, and also, like, I just couldn't win after that. The hammer was just annoying. Alright, I'm going to have to try to win quick. I don't know how I win quick with this deck, but we're going to try. I just needed to find Oko for, like, 20 turns! It was so easy if I just find Oko. Right, this hand is acceptable. It's not great. It plays. The Caracas was the real issue there. If they play a Vial, I will Snap Decay it. It's also kind of ridiculous they've had a Vial every game, just saying, but it's okay. Always Thalia. Can I draw land? I can draw land. That is great. I actually could have played Leovold there, and that might have been right. I don't know. I do need to get a clock in play here. Land. Beautiful. All right, so the beats start. Oh my god, the Caracas! Would like to draw land here. That plays. Do we also have the Palace? I mean, they could have gotten Palace Jailer and didn't, so I assume they have Palace Jailer. Skyclave Apparition. Put these back. Here you go. So I can force the Skyclave Apparition or a sword here. I probably will. Jet? No. I said always yes. Stop asking. Ugh. Gonna lose the clock. Big sad. Nope. Oh my god. I wanted to play Oko. That's so so frustrating. Alright. I'm just dead. That's so frustrating. I should never have lost game 2. I literally decked because of being the Monarch. I just couldn't win through the life total because of Caracas. Just couldn't find an Oko. So frustrating. I won the die roll. Get to play first. This hand seems good. Hopefully I'm playing against creatures. This is going to be the matchup where I play against Storm, probably, but... If I'm playing against creatures, I don't think I can lose. Tundra Aether Vials, so... Could be humans, probably like the Esper Vial deck. Yeah, I think this is Esper Vial. So they do like a lot of flicker shenanigans. Baleful Strix, huh? Alright. I do think I'm supposed to Uro this turn. Ooh, Decay is great. Now I get to kill the Vial and play a Sylvan next turn. Very in for that. This deck plays a lot of weird stuff like Gilded Drake and things to blink so that they can get value. Soul Herder. Okay. Meddling Mage? What are we naming? Swords to Plowshares. Interesting you name Swords to Plowshares when I have Snow-Covered Island, Snow-Covered Forest, and Snow-Covered Swamp in play, but... Does make sense. Good news for me is I get to kill all of them. And the Vial. And leave opponent with 3 mana. I hit the Vial. I think I'm just going to get a snow-covered forest. Introduce them to the Dead of Winter. They have Force of Will? Brutal. Very brutal. Good news is I can do it again next turn. Right, opponent's dead set on getting some value. I respect it. A second Force of Will here would be very tough. I would not like that. They are... Hitting the Vial was good, though. They are off a lot of mana now. I wonder what they're going to get this time. Another Meddling Mage, okay. Dead of Winter. Oh my god, they have another Force of Will? Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Alright. What did they pitch? They pitched Baron, so their hand is Meddling Mage and something. What? I don't know, but it's Meddling Mage and something. Charming Prince, okay. This deck just doesn't stop with the value. This is outrageous. They still have a Meddling Mage. We got another Soul Herder, okay. I can't cast the swords at the moment. All that said, I can Elk the Mage. I think I'm going to do. Now I can swords if I want to. They also can kill the Oko. But I'm okay to give that up for now. I would like to hit the Soul Herder if possible. Block here. We're going to lose Oko. I can't save it. Almost no matter what I do here. I'm trying to tempt him into playing the Soul Herder they got so I can plow that before they get value. Alright. After casting another mage, I think it's time to hit this one. What are we naming? Be interesting to go back and name Plow again. Oko. Okay. So their hand is Soul Herder and a card I don't know. Presumably not a land because they haven't played a land in 15 turns. Let's see what happens if we attack with Uro. I don't really want all of this. I think I'm going to shuffle. Definitely didn't want second Sylvan Library. Again, I would like to plow the Soul Herder here. It's the engine they have left. The 7 power worth of creatures they have in play just don't beat an Uro. Ever. This is not going to happen, so I'm going to stop the blink thing that's going to get them value, and that should be where we want to go. I guess I could have played another Sylvan, but I'd rather shuffle that away. Having a second Sylvan doesn't really get you that far. Plow that. Nope. No soul alerting. Sorry, bud. Now I draw Oko, of course. I'm going to pay 4 and pay 4. I want to keep the tap one. All right. Sure. And opponents had enough. Uro plus Oko is quite enough. They had Esper stuff. I also think Carpet's pretty good. They had Force of Wills too. What other Field of Dead? I don't like Force Negation. How good would Purge be? We saw Strix. That's really all we saw. I don't think I want to change very much. I'm just going to cut 2 Force of Wills. I could see the Veil of Summers over more forces. I think I'll do that, actually. Alright, too late. And we got the Force right on time. Alright, this hand's still good, though. We'll keep. This card's so dumb. I really would like to see it banned. A Baleful Strix, sure. Alright. What is Ponder showing us here? These all seem good. Drawing mono spells seems great. Gonna plow something this turn. Probably play an Oko next turn. See how that goes. I don't really like Vile. Vile, I think, is probably too strong. It's alright, though. If opponent can miss their land drop, that would be excellent. Oh, they are missing their land drop. Spectacular. I think I'm drawing Decay, too. Should be good. I'm not going to say it's great to plow Baleful Strix. They obviously drew the card, but in a Blink deck, you just kind of got to take your medicine and do the thing. Oh, like all my other Oko. I'm just going to make a food token. Vile's not really a huge deal yet, and like I said, I'm drawing Decay next turn, so I can just Decay it. And now I have an active Oko. Plague Engineer? You gonna name Snake? You really want to turn off my 3 Codals that bad? They did name Snake. Okay. Well, there you have it. I maybe would have named Elk, but that's fine too. No. I do think I'm attacking here. I want to just kind of put the screws to the opponent. Brainstorm, sure. All right, and there we have it. Easy W. After 2 very frustrating losses. All right, we're back for round 5. It's a 10-round event. Really high to the max. I'm 2-2. Both my losses have been kind of frustrating, if I'm honest, but I'm mostly dead. I'm definitely out of top 8. Playing for top 64 or whatever. I'm in like 200th place, 225th or something. I can play my way back in. Not a great spot, but it is what it is. So we're just going to keep playing. This is an awkward hand. The mana is bad. The mana is so bad. And the problem is, like, to make the mana better, I have to make this card not do anything, so it's a mulligan anyway. I think this is a mulligan. Alright. This hand does stuff. I think I'm going to keep in bottom of Force of Negation. I already have 1 Force of Negation. It's possible this is a matchup where I'd want 2. Unclear, but this is fine. I don't really know what I'm pondering for here, which is an indication that I maybe shouldn't be using it, but also, yeah, this all strikes me as fine. Okay. Can I undo? This is frustrating. I want those cards. I did want to draw the Force Will instead of the Brainstorm, but here we are. It looks like we're playing a mirror. Opponent maybe casting an Ice Fang here. Maybe an end of turn Brainstorm. I think you probably would have got, yeah, end of turn Brainstorm. That makes sense. So I think that one would have got Forest and this one would have got Island if you were casting Ice Fang. Well, I've got 2 force effects. Ooh. Snow-covered plains, so maybe just like miracles. Are they missing their land? Oh, that's bad. Bad news for the opponent. Here we go. Put a forest in play. Probably going to look to end of turn Brainstorm here and get rid of the Plow and the Dead of Winter. It doesn't seem like they're going to do very much. I'll get rid of those. Like a Snow-covered Swamp. I think I'm just going to put a Misty in play. I could do something here. I just don't need to. I'm fine playing lands. Happy to force negation the opponent's play. Okay, so it is just a mirror. Well, getting rid of the Dead of Winter is definitely good then. The Plow might end up being good. Unclear. They have their own Oko, huh? Alright, I'm going to Force of Negation that. Ugh. I hate it. Do I need to pitch my own Oko to make sure this doesn't happen? I think I'm probably supposed to. This is not good for me. Having the second Oko when you're already losing on board, though, just doesn't work. It's just a losing proposition. If opponent has another force, I'm going to be upset. I'm not going to lie. Alright. Now I need to draw something here. Be a great turn to draw something. There you go. We drew something. It wasn't a good draw, but it was, in fact, something. We are up on mana. So if we find an Uro, we'll be in a good spot. We don't actually have any spells to cast, which is a little bit of a problem. But this is not an actual clock. I mean, 1 damage a turn. I have 14 turns to find an answer to that. I'll find my own Ice Fang at some point. Not all that concerned about this. Savine's Reclamation on a Flooded Strand? Interesting. Alright. I would like to put a Brainstorm on top of my library. I need to draw gas, and these are not it. Brainstorm's a messed up card, though. It is actual Ancestral Recall with a hand like this, where I'm flooding and have 2 spells I can't do anything with. I was playing Savine's Reclamation, which is wild. I'm going to wait. I do not want to get my Brainstorm Force Willed or Force Negation or any of that. Not interested in that in the least. I will fire it off now, though. Okay, this is very good for us. Well, a little awkward that I can't flashback arrow this turn, because I would like to do that. But everything's alright. Plow. Okay. Here's my Oko. Alright. I'm gonna make a food. Obviously, this Dead of Winter is just actually terrible. Doesn't do anything. Quite bad. They stopped in their draw. Did they just like Miracle and Entreat? No, okay. They might have drawn Terminus. Stopping in your draw step is weird. Unless you have exactly Miracle cards. I'll say that much. This doesn't look to be a mirror. This is like... Alright. Getting my Oko Sea Jade. I don't love it, but it is what is happening. Oh, Brainstorm. Beautiful, beautiful card, you. Oh my god. Go away, bad cards. You know what? I'm going to tap the white source so that I can cast my spells. It seems much better than the way I was going to tap. Alright. Kotal's not the best thing ever, but it plays. It's functional. I can trade, get some value, start making a comeback. I don't like this Savine's Reclamation. That card's kind of scary. Putting Council's Judgment back on top? Wild. I have a hard time imagining wanting anything less than that. Alright, fine. Take the one here. Mentor. I don't love that. The problem is they can Savine's Reclamation at next turn and it's just back. Go away, Dead of Winter. The feeling when you see 10 Dead of Winters before you see a Sylvan Library. I guess opponent is going to try to Savine's Reclamation a Mentor at some point, so the Dead of Winter is not terrible, despite kind of looking like it. Terminus? Okay. Oh, thank you. Oh, wait. Opponent has a Council's Judgment. That's fine, though. That is fine. I have a Force of Will for it. Oh, my gosh. I'm going to draw so many cards with this Sylvan. It's going to be glorious. Force it. Yeah, you're going to cast the Council. Force it. Force it. If you could not also have a Force, that'd be excellent. I don't think they do. Yes. Yes, Sylvan. Draw 3. these cards are horrible, but it's okay. Uro is not horrible. I'll say that much. This card is, in fact, quite good. Two, three, four, five. Exiling lands because I have Mystic Sanctuary even though it's in play, so it doesn't really do anything. We got swords. So many swords here. Alright. Got Uro and Sylvan Library together are messed up. That is a nice combo. So many swords. Jeez. Alright. The swords. Okay, I don't like Yace. Yace scares me. Oko would be a great way to deal with this. I don't actually have very good ways to deal with this otherwise. Say that much. I am keeping all of the cards. I would love a brainstorm. Force of Will I think is actually good. The other cards I don't want. Let's say Field of the Dead's like not bad. It's not great. It's not bad. I think I'm supposed to shuffle though. Okay, Uro actually plays. Three, 4, and 5. Did I miss one? The decay? Sure. Alright, having 15 swords in your hand is not going great. 5 dead cards here. Just going to have to plow through them. It's the way. It is the way. Field of the Dead here would be excellent. Oh my god. Oh, it's so beautiful. So beautiful. And I'm going to pitch swords. Probably don't need 10 of them. Terminus? Come on. I'm going to let this happen. But I'm not happy about it. I'll say that much. I need to find an Oko. We got to deal with this Yace. Spells cast. You may copy this spell and you may choose a new target for the copy. I think I just don't care, right? If I countered it, did it not copy? I thought it would just copy. I don't know. I don't know how this works. The other card, they get like a land back. Like, it doesn't matter. I have 15 kill spells in my hand. I can deal with this. The more pressing concern here is this Jace. How many force effects have I gone through? 3? Alright. Okay, still brainstorming. Fair enough. I'm saving this force because I need to get an Oko in play to hit this Jace. It's the only chance I have of winning. I was just thinking I wanted a second Dead of Winter, too. That was going to be great. Oh, thank God. Top of the library. Pay for life. Let's start using the swords. Okay. I got him to sword to force a card I didn't care about. That's good for me. Now let's cast the Dead of Winter. Now I'm going to brainstorm. This one back and this one back. And I'm going to put this in play. Alright, so I feel like we've come out of it on the good side of things here. I think. It feels like we can mostly beat this Jace. Just Field of the Dead. The Sylvan Library has drawn very many cards, and Urro's like a gain 12 every time, so it's like drawing 5 cards, because it gains 3, and then 3, and then they plow it, and then 6 more. It's just been ridiculous. Not in the business of countering cantrips. Unless it's like the last turn of the game or something and they're dead if I do. But mostly not going to counter them. I want to save these for spells that actually matter. Did I go through all my Okos? I still have 2 left, don't I? No, 2 Okos gone, 2 Urros gone. So outside this field of that, I have 2 threats left in my deck that win the game. Alright, where are we at, opponent? They're passing. Giving me a shot. Fair. What happened to my zombie? Did they bounce it? No, it got buried under an astrolabe. Alright. Interesting. Time to Codal. Let's Codal again. Would also like to always yes. I'm going to attack Jace. Attack you. Attack Jace. Attack you. We're like actually in a point of the game where I can just counter the rest of their spells, especially if Jace dies. I think the game's just done here. I mean, I can like hard cast counter 2 spells and pitch counter another. Like I think Field of Dead's just gonna win from here on out, but we'll see. And this is why this card's absurd. Yeah, I can counter every spell in their hand. In for that. Because they are dead on board. And that spell's got... Veto? Alright. Snap resolves, it gets decayed. Yeah. I was going to say, even if the snap resolves, you're dead. The veto, though. Appreciate that. That was kind of sweet. Alright, so... Decay, I think, is still good. Plow, not good. I like Force, Veil, Carpet... These. Gotta cut 3 things. There's actually a chance I'm supposed to keep a Dead of Winter just because of Monastery Mentor. But I don't think it's very good. Do I want to cut a land? I actually kind of like the extra land. I never know what to cut in these matchups. 1 card. I kind of like the decays just because we saw Mentor and Oko, and both of those seem like good things to cut. Maybe I'm just not supposed to bring in the Force Negation. I think that I am, though. I think I could cut a Caracas. I don't really want to do that. I'm going to cut a Decay. This might be wrong. I could see it. Maybe I was supposed to cut the Force. We'll find out. If we lose, we can come back for game 3 here. Refigure everything out. I mean, turn 1 Carpet of Flowers is a keep. The card is insane in these mirrors. Opponent just... Oh, I was going to say. They just skipped their turn? What? What just happened? No, they're good. We're good. Everything's good. They're pondering. I'm playing Carpet of Flowers, and I'm going to ask them if they'd like to concede. Because this card's really dumb. When your opponent, it just replaces itself and then like doubles mana. It's a very absurd card. Obviously, opponent's not going to concede, and we're still going to battle, but it's still a very absurd card. I want a Trop. The absurd thing is, if this resolves, yeah, second main phase, I just get the mana back immediately. With like blue, and I'm going to ponder. Force Negation and Oko both seem quite good. Sure. I like Force Negation here. That one seems good. Opponent's pondering. I very especially like the idea of casting a turn 2 Teferi. That sounds great. Turning off all potential Veil of Summer's opponent could have. I could also just slam an Oko. Teferi seems even better though. This card seems really annoying. I would like white mana, please. Teferi. Is that one okay? I'm assuming this one's not okay. Yeah, they're forcing. Fair enough. Flusterstorm enters the exile zone. Makes sense. One's got a Volk. Okay. Maybe I was supposed to jam Oko there. Blood Moon? That's fine. I actually have the basic swamp, but I can make... They have one. They only have one island, but I can decay it. Fine by me. I think they brought this idea with Field of Dead, and it looks like it's going to Mise, even though I'm an Astrolabe deck. But no. Carpet of Flowers saves me. Got him. And now my Carpet of Flowers is going to make a bunch of mana next turn. And from that point, I'll be able to cast an Oko and hold up a Force of Negation. Sounds great. Sounds very good. I think a bunch of blue. I think I'm going to start by playing the Labe. See where this gets me. Okay. Now do I cast the Brainstorm? I don't think I do. In fact, I could play Oko. I think I'm just supposed to pass. Just keep waiting. I really don't want to use this Force Negation. If opponent like taps out for a Jace or something, I will, but I would much rather cast, like, have enough mana to cast Oko and just hard cast Force so I'm not 2-4ing myself. That sounds much better. Let's go blue again. All right, I'm going to start the turn with the Brainstorm. Oh, these are excellent. They're all very good. Let's do that. This in play. Nope, I wanted to cast Oko first. Oko. Veto, sure. Sylvan. Sylvan resolves. These. Sylvan's actually better to have in play than Oko because this deck probably has things like Pyroblast post board, and that means that they can't answer my Sylvan. It's going to be a 2-mana draw 5 or something. Draw 4, I guess. It's drawing 4 cards. I'm going to pay 16 life, go to like 3. Hopefully that's enough. We'll find out. Council's Judgment, huh? So it'd be a disaster if my Sylvan got countered. Also, or this would be a disaster if I force and then get Veiled. Opponent got green pretty specifically too. Alright. Veil me. It's gonna hurt, but just veil me. Pyroblast. Okay. Better than getting veiled, certainly. I imagine we're voting for Sylvan. Yep. And brainstorm with no cards in hand. That's interesting. I wouldn't have done that. Pretty likely to brainstorm lock yourself. I guess they found a strand. That's not a very good use of brainstorm, I don't think. But it's alright. Alright, I'm going to get an island so that fetch lands can draw a Mystic Sanctuary. Okay. I will brainstorm here, because finding like a threat here is just... Oh my god. Yeah, this is great. This is absolutely spectacular. I unfortunately can't put Uro in play. I maybe should have made green, but I get to put Sylvan in play, which is pretty good. Now I think this game is over. Opponent is top decking. I've got an Uro in the yard, a Sylvan in play. I think I'm drawing a Brainstorm too. This card is very absurd. Looks like opponent drew something good. Mentor. That's not bad. If you're top decking, that's not bad. I don't think it's enough, but it's definitely not bad. Always yield. Always yes. Pay 4 life. Pay 4 life. Yes. Let's make... bunch of blue, sure. Two, three, 4, and probably not going to get back a brainstorm because I already have another one in hand. Safely exile that one, I believe. That's an Oko. That's not bad either. Whew. It's a nice 3/3 elk you got there. I would concede if I was opponent. There's just 0 shot you're coming back from this. But I respect that they're battling. Crocus just way doesn't do it. I can even draw Force Negation if I need to. Like I can fetch a Mystic Sanctuary, Brainstorm into Force. Make green this time. Are we bouncing this one? I don't know what the opponent's doing. Uro and Sylvan Library is some nonsense. I said this before. It felt so unfair to put these two cards together in Fairmir's. Return the other one? Alright. I mean... Leovold, huh? I like Leovold. And I can cast Uro, right? I can. I guess I have to get a forest. That's fine, though. What an absurd turn this was. And let's make a food. Got a Force of Will for opponent's draw step. I've got 2 legends in play. Every time they target one of my things, that doesn't do anything. I have a Leovold in play. Yeah, alright. They agree. Now we're done. Now that Leovold's in play, we're done. The real question is, was I going to find a Field of the Dead? No, not for 45 turns. I have 2 of them in my deck right now. Alright, the next one was like 20 cards down. Did I see one before that? Alright.
I'm joined by Kyle Balgamez. Welcome, Kyle.
How are you?
Raja Suleiman with Orzhov.
Max McVitie.
Congratulations, Brian DeMars. Zach Allen.
I wouldn't be here without these guys, though. So.
And the champion of Pro Tour Cards Attack here, Ari Lax.